It's your boy DJ Akademiks, and check it out because my main man Orbs. Now, we all know Drake is the buttermilk biscuit rapper in hip hop these days, and to be honest, man, we've seen him going through many phases. Now, some people want to just say that Drake is naturally progressed, or he has progressed from making songs like Best I Ever Had to making songs like Worst Behavior. They want to believe he's that creative. If you want to believe it, that's completely fine. I like his music nonetheless. Now, actually attributing who inspired him or who influenced him or who took part in creating these songs alongside Drake, now a lot of people aren't that liberal with giving the credit, okay? Now, here's the thing, because he just put out Hotline Bling, he put out a video, right? He's doing the video, he's doing all type of shit. Now, people are saying, yo, damn, we didn't really get it, but yo, you kind of ripped off D.R.A.M's song, Cha-Cha. Now, if you guys don't know, D.R.A.M has a song called I Like the Cha-Cha. A lot of people have thought that it spurred or inspired Drake to create Hotline Bling. Some of his fans are still in denial. But Fader today re-upped a conversation with Drake where pretty much he kind of admits it. Now, I'm going to read the quote, what he said verbatim. Then I'm going to explain it because he said this. When asked about, wait, hey, listen, man, you kind of did what you did with like Sweeter, man. You kind of did it to Cha-Cha, right, with Hotline Bling. Now, he tried to equate modern rap to dancehall. Now, I'm Jamaican. This is a specialty of mine. Vybz Kartel is my favorite artist. Listen, never mind Drake. Drake is cool, but the world boss, Vybz Kartel, is the GOAT. Okay? So Drake said this. You know, like in Jamaica, you'll have a rhythm, and it's like everyone has to do a song on that. Imagine that in rap. Or imagine that in R&B. Imagine if we got one beat and every single person, me, this guy, all these guys, had to do a song on that one beat. So sometimes I'll pick a beat that's a bit like sunnier. I guess that's the word you use, sunnier than usual. And I just try my hand at it. And that's kind of what Hotline Bling was. And I loved it. It's cool, and I've been excited by that sort of creative process. Now, we keep hearing a couple of things from Drake, right? This creative process where it's not like other rappers, right? Now, Drake kind of blends everything in. Listen, Drake, one day Drake is a motherfucking Puerto Rican. The next day he's like a UK roadman. Okay, the next day he's like some Jamaican like Don. Like, he's all over the motherfucking place. We don't know what he is. Okay, and the next day he's like a motherfucking Arab working at 7-Eleven. We don't know what Drake is at times, okay? He's a motherfucking shapeshifter. Now, some would say that's a culture vulture, and some would just say, hey, that's just somebody that's well-cultured, okay? Now, as far as what he said, that does happen in dancehall, right? In dancehall, if you guys don't know, it's driven by the producers. The producers come out with the beat. They make the beat, and rather than sending it to one particular artist, most of the times, what they do is they send it to a bunch of artists, and it's called a rhythm, okay? Because the way how Jamaican DJs, how they play music, is that they play by rhythms. When there's a hot beat, they play all the hot artists on that beat. Now, here's the problem with that, because with that comes kind of advantages and also disadvantages. The advantages is that you hear your favorite rappers on the hottest beats. You ever heard like, yo, why does this whack-ass rapper got this hot-ass beat? What would so-and-so do to it? Well, in dancehall culture, you don't really have that problem too much because you'll hear your favorite dancehall DJ, and they call the DJ, that's the singer or the rapper, or if you want to call it Jamaican rapper, they call them a DJ, and that eliminates that problem because you'll hear your favorite dancehall artist on every track. So Mavado is going to be on every track, Alkaline, Popcorn, Tommy Lee. You're going to hear Vybz Kartel, Beanie Man, Bounty Killer, if the rhythms are actually hot enough. Now, the bad part about that is that for smaller artists that are coming up, they kind of get squeezed out because once a person like Vybz Kartel, once Mavado, once Alkaline, once Popcorn actually hops on that particular beat, if you are a younger, newer guy that made a song to that beat, it'll never get heard because the DJs really won't spin it. Now, it does help you in some sense because maybe people will find your record while finding everything on that rhythm. So it kind of helps and it doesn't. Now, it's definitely a fine line. Rap is definitely not like dancehall because people usually, here's a beat, you give it to one person, and then you basically let that one person rock with it, okay? Everything else people do, I guess you could kind of say remixes or unauthorized remixes, but essentially Drake just said, I just made a different song kind of to his beat. Now, they're using different samples, but he pretty much has confirmed that, yo, listen, it's the inspiration. Now, in that term, and if we're thinking about it like Drake just described it, there's not a problem, right? There is not a problem because he didn't copy it. He made his own song. Yes, he might have been inspired by the beat, but he made his own song. Now, for the particular artist, maybe they then feel the reverse effect of being helped out. They might think that, hey, you actually stunted the growth of actually my record, because the way how the US music structure is set up, it isn't set up for multiple songs on the same beat to be popping. In Jamaica, it is, right? So you could have a hot rhythm like an overproof rhythm, and you could actually have 5 or 6 hit songs off of it that's charts at the same time. You don't see necessarily 2 different songs chart at the same time that has the same beat in the US. So this is completely different, but this is part of this whole Drake. He's redefining the game. He's changing the whole quote-unquote creative process. And because of that, he looks like he's completely switching up everything that people usually conventionally think that was the status quo, and he's going something new. So as I said, it's all a slippery slope. I'll give Drake credit for his effort to kind of reinvent the rap game or the process of how people create music, but you also got to keep in mind that most of what he's doing is also to maintain his brand up front. Okay, he's big right now, but he got to keep producing hit records. What's the easiest way to produce a hit record? If you are probably not saying he's running out of creativity, but he's done a lot of stuff himself. Now he got to find the new hot waves and he blows them up. As I said, Drake's like World Star. Right? World Star finds the new hottest video, blows it up, and you might think World Star got the heat. No, they got the attention, and they're blowing up the person that got the wave at that particular moment. So, hey, you guys be the judge, man. It's a very slippery slope. Drake will never speak on it in length, right? Never in length where everyone's satisfied, and no one's really questioning him in length to actually get satisfaction. So, get a comment box, you guys like, definitely subscribe, but he compares it to Jamaican dancehall. In some sense, he's right, and actually he's kind of right with it. However, I will say that it means he would have to have gotten consent from the producer, because the producer picks, in Jamaica, the producer is the guy, okay? More than the artist is the producer. The producer picks who gets on his beat. And if you don't get on his beat, because the artists don't put out the music themselves, the producers put it out, and you'll see hey, whoever, Steven the Genius presents something rhythm featuring these artists, okay? So you guys be the judge. Get in the comment box, make sure you guys like, definitely subscribe. I'm out.